Hi, my name is Jenny.
And my name's Eury.
It's 2022, the year of feeling at home, and it's the year of the bunny rabbit. At least for us here on the Conscious Cuppa podcast.
Hello, Brew Crew, and welcome back. It is Season 3, Episode 2. And we've got a question for you. What has walking to the park, taking a trip to the beach, and flying to the moon have to do with bunny rabbits?
Our furry friends. They're here to help us discover how this universe supports us from A to Z, from having the thought to having the thing, from wanting it to being it, from desire to fulfillment.
Over the course of 13 episodes, we'll be discovering the mind-blowing roadmap that works 24/7. So whether you need that bill paid, that injury healed, that wonderful job, or intimate relationship.
Whether you want to reconnect with a friend, your inner child, your deepest hope, your highest ideal, or perhaps you just want to knock a few pounds off your waistline, the Bunny Rabbit Solution has a tip for you.
We really love hearing from you, so please send us your beautiful mugshots, your answers, your questions and suggestions on Twitter at ConsciousCuppa or email us consciouscuppa@gmail.com. That's ConsciousCuppa.
And Brew Crew, stay tuned to the end of the show for an Akana Easter egg, getting yourself some Ghanaian wisdom. But for now, we invite you to grab a brew, take a pew, and let's make the impossible come true.
What's in your cup today?
Not a cup, but a bottle. That's
okay.
the sound of super malt. Original super malt. Since 1972, when I was 5, that's when I started drinking it. It's not true. And you've got...
I have a bottle of... Let me open up.
Yeah, that's a good sound.
This is Carib. So this is something that I drink when I'm in the Caribbean and makes me feel all sunny inside. So cheers, Jenny.
Yeah, cheers. This is super malt, which is drunk by a lot of Caribbean people, but this is imported from Denmark. Didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
There you go.
No, I definitely didn't.
And which island is Carib from?
So I drink it when I'm in Grenada, but it's actually from Trinidad.
There you go. Trinidad, Denmark, London. So super malt looks like Guinness, but it's non-alcoholic.
And it doesn't taste like Guinness.
It's got a little bit, it's like a very sweet Guinness. But very sweet.
It's not my favourite, as you can probably hear in the tone of my voice.
Well, at least it's not Nutri, what's that stuff? Nutrimont. Something, that stuff's disgusting.
So my Carib is a beer.
Your Carib's a beer.
Yeah. And they do
quite a light kind of.
It's very light.
Like a lager.
It's a lager. Yeah. And they do a really nice sorrel version that's a shandy.
Ooh, that's right.
And they do a lime one and they do a ginger one. Really nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
We hope you've got something wonderful in your cup, your glass, your flask.
Cheers.
So here's what we'll do. This season, we'll be sharing the roadmap of life. The one that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whether you're rich or poor, good or bad, happy or sad, and whether you know it's working or not.
It's a pattern, an unfolding spiral that's been called Fibonacci sequence. It's in the beauty of the ocean wave, the majesty of the cosmos, and the design of the winding shell. And it's reflected in us, in every human being, shaping and defining our physical bodies. This universal spiral is a path that nature herself builds with you to lift you out of pain and want.
We've added visuals this season to help make sense of some of these ideas, so head over to our YouTube channel if you're not there already, and we've got some links in the description to help introduce you to this beautiful spiral that's going to help transform your understanding of the law of attraction and how imagining creates reality.
In episode 1, we gave an overview to help introduce you to the nuts and bolts, so listen into that one to get all the basics. Essentially, we're going to be travelling along a spiritual path that has 7 obvious steps, each numbered according to the Fibonacci sequence, from 0 to 13.
We'll take these 7 numbers, look at their original meanings, and let them tell us an unfolding story. Each number symbolises a chapter of the story, and each chapter lets you know where you are along the unwinding path and what to do next to proceed. Very like a video game and very similar to the hero's journey.
The story begins whenever an idea comes to you. Maybe you have a need, a wish, a dream. It always comes as a gift into your heart and mind. But that gift may present challenges, ones that encourage you to expand your borders, and in so doing, help you discover the creative power that we each have within us.
Here on Conscious Cuppa, we'll be looking at those challenging ideas, those dreams and needs that may seem impossible to achieve, and how to accomplish goals on the journey into the forbidden and unconscious realms of possibility.
Once inside that forbidden forest, the invisible work begins as you create a new reality in totally different time and space. And then wait. Really, really wait until pop! Out of the blue, you encounter your dream come true. The thought has arrived as something in your physical world. The idea has produced an event, an object, an encounter.
Now, finally, take a look around you. Take a good look. Now, can you see any object that wasn't once only imagined? Think of an invention or event that was once thought impossible and realise it all began as an idea in someone's imagination. Ideas follow the path of growth from a thought to a thing. Your ideas are no exception. So, pick one and let's get in the lift of life. It's time for Magic Minute. It's the time it takes us to go up 13 floors and look at this week's theme, which is 01 on the Fibonacci sequence.
And that's the gift.
It's the gift. 01 represents the gift. So on the way up, we are going to look at the official definition of a gift.
Yeah.
And then on the way down, or should we do going down and then going up? On the way down, let's look at the official.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it goes with the hero's journey. You go down into the underworld with the official, the officialdom. And then on the return home, on the way up, we'll look at the spiritual idea of what the gift is.
Cool.
Yeah? And the lift doors are closing now.
So a gift, according to the thesaurus.com, something given voluntarily without payment in return, as to show favour towards someone, honour an occasion, or make a gesture of assistance. Present. Number 2, the act of giving. Number 3, something bestowed or acquired without any particular effort by the recipient or without being earned. Number 4, a special ability or capacity, natural endowment, talent.
That was quite a lot. So can we get to the synonyms, please?
So the synonyms are donation, contribution, offering, benefaction, endowment, bounty, boon, largesse. Shall I stop?
See, that was interesting because the synonyms didn't have that kind of warmth that the descriptions have. It was far more kind of official.
Yes, they are very official, and the other set of synonyms are faculty and aptitude and capability. So it's it's quite cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The minute is back on the clock and we are going to rise in the lift of life now. We're going to brainstorm what we think of gift in a spiritual sense. Yeah? Okay. Let's close the doors now.
So I think gift is something given.
Given by who?
I think it can be anybody. I think a friend. But actually in this sense of the word, it's out of the blue. It's from your imagination.
Okay, so imagination needs to go on there. A gift is an idea, a desire, a wish, a dream, because an idea is like, in the Bible, a child is like an idea. It's a hope. They even talk of angels as being these ideas that we entertain.
I think it's an ideal.
An ideal, yeah. Gosh, that was quick. We'll add the things that came from the dictionary, just like some key words, so that we'll put this up on our YouTube channel, on the video, to show what everything we had all together. But that's a lot. That's a lot more than that roadmap last week, where it only had 2 definitions. There's a lot there, which makes sense. It's a gift. It's like, it's a goody stuff. Yeah. Okay. So next, we're going to go into more depth with this first step on the Fibonacci sequence, this 0-1. We'll talk about it over the next 10 minutes. And we know that it's going to be a little bit full on. So there's going to be a break halfway through, roughly halfway through, where we'll have a Neville Nugget.
Yes, lovely.
This time, 10 minutes on the clock. We hope you've got your idea ready.
Yeah.
This is where it comes in, and you've already had it come in. So we're going to talk about what happens when it arrives.
So what happens when this gift, this idea, this hope arrives?
Well, the first thing I want to do is mention something from the Bible.
Okay.
So this is Isaiah, and it basically says, I know that you've got a need. And before you even ask, I'm going to give you this, what essentially is a desire. So it's a bit like your feeling of hunger is your desire to have food or to desire to be full. And so this desire is coming in like a hunger.
Yes.
To feed your belly, to feed your body. And this idea is going to be to replenish what feels like a lack or feels like a loss. So it comes as an idea. What it really is a gift. An idea popping into my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd really like to do that. Or, like we said right at the beginning, a bill needs paying. Well, what I need is money. Or I wake up from a dream in the night and I've got this urge now to go on a holiday or, find something that has been missing for ages.
Yeah.
So that's how I think it arrives.
What I'm hearing you say is it arrives as a night dream, it arrives as an idea.
A need.
Maybe even a thought, right?
The point with it is that there was something that was lacking or something that you've lost. And it's like your barometer has gone slightly down.
It's like your barometer's gone down and it's made a space.
Yeah.
It's there's a vacuum, a void.
Yes.
That needs filling now.
That's right.
Yeah, I love it.
So in the Hebraic language, the symbol for 0 and 1, or rather the symbol for 1, is the ox.
Okay.
The bull. And that is a beast of burden, but it's also an animal of strength. And the word that is used in the Hebrew language is aleph, just like in alphabet. Number 2 is bait, so it's aleph bait.
Oh, interesting.
Alphabet.
And alpha is the beginning, so
it's
that
the
makes
beginning.
sense.
So the 0 is a cipher, really. It is a nothing. And this idea is coming out of nowhere. It's coming out of the no thing.
Yeah.
As a gift to you to say, you don't have everything you need. Here's an idea for you. And your job is to say yes or no. So it arrives as a gift, as an opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity not only to have the thing that you want, but let you know, if you go through the whole thing, the whole path consciously, let you know that you created this. It's not an accident.
So it's like a gift upon a gift. So
a gift on top of a gift.
You get the gift of the idea and hopefully it fulfilled.
Yeah.
But you also get the gift of knowing that you are this imaginative being.
Yes.
And you can do this consciously for whatever you want.
Yes.
I love that. A gift upon a gift. Gift to the power of 2.
to the power of 2.
Yeah.
Now going back to the bull, to the ox. This ox would have been used in the olden days to sow seeds. And we briefly talked about this last week in the opening episode, how the idea is a seed. The idea is a seed that is going to grow into something that fruits, into some kind of harvest, all the way at the other end, which is number 13. So it's going to start as something that you put in the ground of your mind, and you're going to grow it, and grow it, and grow it until it, all of a sudden, in the same way that it popped into your head, in a sense, it's going to be popping out of your head, because you're going to project it on the screen of reality, on the screen of space and time.
Jenny, stop the podcast.
Stop the podcast, Eury. It's time for a Neville Nugget. We're having a tea break. Yes, we're having a tea break. Pick a number from, we done number 6. Pick a number from 1 to 17.
17.
17 is the Holy Grail question.
Ooh.
Do you know what it is?
Go on.
What would it be like if I was now the person I wanted to be? What would it be like if I was now the person I wanted to be? This is the Neville question.
Yeah.
And we'll be going to cover that when we get to step 3.
Okay.
On with the podcast. So what else can we say about this?
So I just wanted to go back to this idea of the seed and this fruit. So the seed that you plant is always going to grow the tree of that seed.
Yes.
And is always going to produce the fruit of that tree.
Yes.
So, for instance, if you plant an apple seed,
yeah,
you're always going to get an apple tree, and therefore you're always going to get that fruit that is apples.
Yeah.
So whatever your idea is, the feeling of it,
yeah,
further down the line is very important.
It's very important. So at this stage, it's not about the feeling, because we're going to get to that when we get to the number 5. That's more about the feeling there.
But I think the choice, isn't it?
I think what's important here is realising it's not just a desire. It's not just a need. It's not just an idea. It's not just a want or a wish. It's a gift.
Yeah, you were saying this to me the other day, actually.
So if you can treat it as a gift, that means that you won't be so liable to think, oh, well, that's probably to this or to that. And then because it's 0, 1, in other words, it's on and off, just like digital, on and off, or rather 0 is off and 1 is on. If you dismiss it, it returns to the void in a sense. What you want to do is recognize that this coming into your head, this idea, this thought coming into your head is a gift. You're more likely to say, oh, thank you. Oh, that's what I need. That is exactly what I need. And realizing it's a gift or a seed that's going to produce something, you can follow it through this path with this guaranteed unfolding. Obviously, yes, you can interfere with it, and this apple turns out to have worms in it and could be rotten on the branch, but we're going to assume the best. Yeah.
So I was going to say something about, the fact that this gift, it does have this beauty, this amazing ability to bring joy to you. So just remember that no matter what your interpretation of that gift is, if you can look on the light side of it, then there's joy there, because it's a gift.
Yeah.
And gifts are given to produce joy.
I think you're absolutely right. But I'm also thinking of the circumstances where like needing to pay a bill and you don't have enough money. On the one hand, the kind of you needed to pay this bill is also a gift. It's going to lead you to having enough money to pay for it. So you're kind of given these obstacles in order that you can be given a gift. You're given these challenges in order that, oh, I've got something for you. I knew this was going to happen, but I wanted you to see that you have this capacity to make a seed become a fruit, to make a seed become a tree that bears fruit, and more and more and more. It create an orchard.
So the gift is the beginning of one's opportunity to create their reality.
Yeah, to see how you're creating your reality, but to do it consciously. So it's an opportunity. It's an answer to a need, but it's also an opportunity. But if you can just see it as a gift, I think then you're more likely to say, oh, let's go, let's do this. And like we said in season 2, to go down to the post office and pick it up straight away. To just, but you do need to pick it up. You do need to take it to the next step. The 0 + 1 = 1. So 1, which we'll obviously cover in another episode, is going to be that stage where you're entertaining that gift, where you're sustaining the gift.
Yeah.
Like you sustain a note. You're going to feed it. You're going to nourish it. You're going to give it sustenance. But right now, the idea is, do you say yes or do you say no? So there's another 0, 1 in there. There's a kind of, opposites. It's kind of like, you
on or off? Yes or
on
no?
or off, in or out?
I think the beautiful thing, just quickly to say, is that focus on the gift side of it. Don't focus on the lack, the fact that you might have this bill, that you may have lost a job, that you're no longer satisfied with your job or whatever. Actually, there's something greater waiting for you. That's the gift. The greater is the gift.
That is a really good point, because the gift is making sure that it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So if you do need a job or you do want a job, the very fact that you want it means it exists.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're just at one end of the spectrum, or one end of the path of where the gift is at number 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So my experience of that 0, 1, the idea popping into my head, was when I was feeling a bit bored of London. It wasn't stretching me anymore. And literally the word Amsterdam popped into my head. And I just said yes straight away. There was no question about it. And there is the story of how I got the place to live when I needed to get to Amsterdam, even though I was told there are no places in Amsterdam for you to live.
So I had an experience of feeling a bit squeezed in my job, and that really didn't feel like a gift. Then out of the blue came a new job. Yeah. And the new job is so passionate about me, what I bring to the table. It's so clearly a gift. Yes. I'm still nervous about it. It's not that I'm not nervous about the move, the change, all of that. But I'm faithful to the fact and confident in the fact that this is a gift. Even though
tell us about the 0, 1 of that, though, because you got the job. When did you want the job and accept it, the idea of it as a gift? Yeah,
so that's a really good point, because I started accepting the idea of a new job. The gift of the new job came to me. Yeah. Because, a bit like you said that London was kind of boring you. Yeah. I've done everything I had to do in my job. Yeah. I fulfilled all my potential in my job. Yeah. I really feel like it's like a marathon. I don't think marathon runners probably have the desire to keep running past the finish line, and I felt like I'd crossed the finish line. Yeah. And as I crossed the finish line, this desire jumped in. Yeah. Now, one question before we go is, are all ideas a gift? And that's a hard one, but you're shaking your head. No, I don't think they are. I think we become very discerning about the gift ideas and the really silly ideas. Well, let's talk about the golden rule. And I know you know something about the golden rule. Just remind the listeners about the golden rule. So do unto others as you would like done unto yourself, basically. Yeah. So don't be doing anything or saying anything to anybody else that you wouldn't be happy being said and done to you. Say that as a thought. So you'd know an idea is a gift if you'd want that thing for yourself, if you'd like it, if it sounds good, if it feels good. Yeah. If it's delicious to you, and if it was happening to you, it'd be delicious. Yeah. So you'd never want that horrible thing. So that's how you distinguish. If it hasn't got that sweet taste, if it hasn't got that nourishing feeling, then it's not a gift. So, for example, somebody might want revenge. Yeah, so that might sound good, but that's not a gift. Yeah, sweet taste of revenge. But it's not. Well, it's a bitter taste of revenge. Oh, it is a bitter taste. Yeah, of but revenge. It's not a gift. Yeah. So this is how you can distinguish whether the idea is maybe something that's just ego driven, loving or unloving.
Yeah, so where has it come from? Because if it's a gift, it's definitely come from your higher self. So in other words, if this idea comes in that I'm going to do something horrible
And
or
you wouldn't,
vengeful
Yeah.
to another person, if I wouldn't want it done to me,
don't do it.
it's best not to do it.
Yeah.
So this works, like we said in the introduction, whether you're good or bad. This path is
You
going
can
to
use it.
unfold
Yeah.
terrible things if you want. So ideas are, in a sense, letting you decide what you're going to do. This is your free will. Yeah, that's gonna.
You choose whether you want to do this lovingly and be helpful, or you don't. I think the discipline of it is that golden rule.
Yeah.
And is that you start becoming that, because you do spiritual, you reap what you sow, man.
Yeah.
I don't want any of you to reap anything unlovely or unhelpful.
Great. So I think we've kind of covered the basics there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a book on our Padlet page that people can read. So we'll put a link in the description for that. And next week, you might think we'll go on to 0 + 1 = 1. So the second step, but we're not. We're going to go to the end because that's the rules. Them's the rules. And you'll find out next episode why we're going to jump all the way to number 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then come back and then twist around and then keep going on. It's a winding road. It really is.
I think maybe you've had a winding road. I definitely have. How about you, Jenny?
Oh, well, I like the twist, as you know.
Yeah.
I like the twist. We hope you've had a good episode. We hope you've learned something. And if you have questions, if you have suggestions, if you have answers for us, then you know where to go. Twitter @ConsciousCuppa or email us consciouscuppa@gmail.com. That's CONSCIOUSCUPPA. Let's get back in the lift of life.
Okay.
On our way out of the building.
Yeah.
And we're going to do another touch exercise.
Yeah.
So let's have a minute on the clock. And the lift doors are closing now. Now this week, we've got bare feet. So, you don't need to take your shoes and socks off. Not your physical ones. But in your imagination's eye, you have bare feet. And they're on some kind of surface. You might be outside, you might be inside. But what is the feeling? What is the texture you're feeling? Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it rough? Is it smooth?
Is it soft? Is it furry? Is it wet?
Wriggle your toes. Wriggle your toes and feel the delight of that.
Maybe it's the delight of what you have or where you are.
That's fantastic. We'll see you next episode.
Yep. I'm really excited and really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Number 13, remember. It's not number 1. Okay. Have a lovely, lovely time.
Bye.
Hey Brew Crew, thank you so much for waiting to the very end of the podcast. We are going to do an Accord saying, Easter egg, lollipop sticks. We have: a child who asks questions does not become a fool. A child who asks questions does not become a fool.
I'm loving these.
You are. I knew you were going to love this one as well. Teacher. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.